What do you get? You get 12 victim points, and that is where the LGB land on the pyramid. But of course, I have not mentioned the T.
Oh, hey girl, get over here. Let's talk some shit.
That's because the T sits at the top, the very top of the pyramid. Nobody can out-victim the T.
This is the ultimate victim hierarchy pyramid. This is brilliant. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants and Satan, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. One of the freedom fighters who I absolutely love because he pursues truth, and to me, truth is synonymous with freedom, is Matt Walsh. He is stoic, and I love it. I want me a Matt Walsh beard. I've had a chance to meet Matt Walsh in person, and it was a delight. With that said, Matt Walsh has just posted a video showing the ultimate victim hierarchy pyramid based on our leftist culture today. He's not making this up. He is observing it, and he's putting it into a very powerful visual, which is hilarious. It's absurd. It's in the real world, which is why it's so darn absurd. So we're going to follow along with Matt giving us a tutorial on understanding the ultimate hierarchy victim pyramid going on today. Let's take a look.
Well, if you want to understand leftism in the modern age, and by extension our culture, you need to first understand what I call the victim hierarchy. If you understand the victim hierarchy, you understand everything. And so you need to understand how it works. So we're going to run through it today.
I'm excited. By the way, victimization, you've probably heard me say it before. Victimization has become so popular as a way of people getting their emotional needs met in a way that depletes them emotionally. People try to play the role of a victim because it feels empowering, yet they're empowering themselves via a means, being a victim, that is inherently very disempowering as they blame someone else for what they're doing to themselves.
Now, the victim hierarchy is a pyramid. You could also call it the victim pyramid, VH or VP, it's up to you.
I called it both.
At the base of the pyramid, you have white men. That's the lowest ranking.
I'm disgusted by white men. We don't get any points. Look at us. By the way, spoiler alert, you'll learn how white men can transcend to the top of the pyramid.
They cannot be victimized by anyone, and yet they victimize everyone else.
I love that. White men victimize literally everybody else.
On the pyramid, so it's a little counterintuitive. The higher you are on the pyramid, the more victimized you are, and yet the more powerful you are. Now next you have white women, and they're still pretty low on the ranking, but they can at least be victimized by white men. So they have one.
I love the phraseology. They can at least be victimized by white men.
Victim point. Victim points are determined by how many other groups can victimize you. So you can tally a group's victim points simply by counting how many groups are underneath them on the pyramid. It makes it very easy to do.
And it's science.
Yes, science!
Now flowing up from there, right above white women, we have disabled people. Now, this is a large category, and it's, in fact, getting larger by the day because what counts as a disability keeps expanding by the day.
Minor attracted people, some consider that a disability. I think those people need to be more disabled through force, if you know what I mean.
Of course, you know, there are just like the classic disabilities we all recognize: blind, deaf, wheelchair-bound, etc. And these are going to kind of be the anchor points for the disabled category of the victim pyramid. Now, these people are group 3. And so they are automatically victimized by the two groups below them, which gives them 2 victim points.
Automatically victimized. That's how leftism works in our society. You're automatically victimized by people who haven't victimized you just through sheer existence. You are victimized by them. But they didn't do. Doesn't matter. You're victimized by them.
We have fat people, the obese. Sometimes obesity is counted as a disability. Sometimes it isn't. But the group is large enough, no pun intended, that it needs its own category. The plus size community has been sort of climbing the hierarchy in recent years, which has been really good exercise for them. Now the obese have 3 categories.
Matt Walsh has the right amount of condescending attitude.
Categories below them, which means that they have 3 victim points. Now we get to the part where the rubber meets the road. What is called our premium victim categories, PVC. Now at this stage, every victim point is multiplied by 2. There is a ×2 bonus for getting to this point on the victim pyramid. I'll show you how it works. The first group in the premium category are black men. Now, for the purpose of this demonstration, in order to keep things as simple as possible, black will include all racial minorities. Of course, in reality, there's a separate victim ranking of racial minorities that tends to change rapidly over time as different groups vie for greater victim status. For right now, we're all going to include them as under the black category, or we could just say people of color. Now, black men, therefore, have 4 victim points times the premium victim bonus, which makes 8 points.
I actually follow that. Do you follow that so far?
Obviously, next would be black women, who are victimized by black men, fat people, disabled people, white women, and white men.
I guess that's how you get a job on The View. Do you have X amount of victim points? Okay.
All of the victimization flows up through those groups, and black women are getting all of that. And this gives them a gross of 5 victim points, but a net of 10 when you add the premium victim bonus.
2 times
Gays,
multiplier.
lesbians, and other non-hetero sexual orientations fall just above black women. They are victimized by an impressive tally of 6 other groups. And then our premium victim bonus kicks in. And what do you get? You get 12 victim points. And that is where the LGB land on the pyramid. But of course, I have not mentioned the T.
The T! Top of the pyramid. I love it.
Oh, hey girl, get over here. Let's talk some shit.
That's because the T sits at the top, the very top of the pyramid. Nobody can out-victim the T. The victims who are the victims of all other victims, they stand at the pinnacle of the victim hierarchy.
By the way, you go to the top of the victim hierarchy. These are social credit score points for those who subscribe to leftism and buy into that. Therefore, do you wonder why there are such a high percentage of children calling themselves trans now compared to 20 years ago? Is that because there's more actual trans people, or is it because children aren't stupid and they have their emotional needs, so they actually know this is the top of the food pyramid? I can get more social credit points, more of a sense of belonging, more I'm specialness if I just become a T. I'm just the one asking questions. I don't have data on that, even though I have seen data on that.
Means that they are the most victimized, which means that they have the most victim points and therefore the most power. And here we introduce what is called the Apex Victim Multiplier, AVM. Whatever group sits at the top, the apex victim, earns their 7 victim points, but then they also earn a multiple of 10, which means that trans people have not 7 or even 14 victim points, but they have 70.
Well, no one's gonna top that.
Here's where things get tricky. What about the crossover in groups? A fat woman is below a black woman on the hierarchy, but what about a fat black woman? Where does she rank? How do we make sense of a gay, black, fat, deaf man in a wheelchair? Is he above black women on the pyramid, or is he still below? Can a white woman leapfrog over black men and black women if she's also a member of some of these other categories? Is there anything that a white man like myself can do to get out from the bottom of this whole heap? How do we sort through this? It seems sort of overwhelming. Well, don't worry, it's not as difficult as it seems at first. Following the intersectional victim calculus,
Intersectional victim calculus. I love these terms. They're very comedically well done. We'll get back to this work of art in a second, but first, are you wanting to burn more calories to lose weight or get ripped? Or do you want to detoxify yourself because you realize we're swimming in a sea of toxins? Or maybe you're looking to relieve stress because you too live a hectic, stressful lifestyle. Well, one of the most effective ways I've ever found to accomplish all that and more at the same time is using an infrared sauna. And the Bond Charge infrared sauna blanket is my go-to. The infrared sauna blanket is super powerful, it heats up quickly, and it makes it easier than ever to get all the benefits of infrared sauna use. Personally, I do 30 to 40 minute sessions 3 times a week while I'm listening to audiobooks or podcasts. No wasted time driving to a facility, which I don't have time for in the first place, and no wasted space in your home either, thanks to Bond Charge. I always feel fantastic after my sessions, and Bond Charge ships worldwide in rapid time, offers easy returns and exchanges, and comes with a 12-month warranty. You too can upgrade many aspects of your health all at the same time with the Bond Charge infrared sauna blanket. Get it now by going to bondcharge.com/JPReacts. And while you're there, use a discount code JPReacts to get 15% off on all products Bond Charge offers. Back to the show.
all you have to do is add the total points of every group a person belongs to. So let's do the math. Let's say that a white woman, very low-ranking member of the victim hierarchy, is also disabled and fat and bisexual. Well, now she has her 1 victim point plus 2 for disabled, 3 for fat, and 12 for bisexual. Now she has 18 total victim points, which puts her comfortably above a normal non-gay, non-fat, non-disabled black man or woman. Now, there's one important note here. You cannot cash in multiple times in the disabled category.
What?
So if you are blind and also in a wheelchair, that's only 2 victim points. Those are the rules. I'm not saying I agree with them. It's just how it goes.
Forgive me, Master.
You may have noticed that because of the apex victim multiplier, no non-trans person can get anywhere close to the trans victim point tally.
That's important to know. You want to be at the top of the food pyramid, you got to be trans, whatever else you are, but you got to be the T.
Trans will always remain the top victim, which means that...
Which, by the way, get back to what he's saying in a second. But this would explain why too many people are still standing by and letting a T, aka man who says he's a woman, trample all over women, whether they're black women or white women, in women's sports, because they're looked at as, no, they're not victimizing the women by taking their places and at times like physically beating the crap out of them, which would almost make the women seem like the victim. No. The T, they are being victimized by the very women that they are competing against. Therefore, they are in the process of being oppressed by the women that they are oppressing by competing in their division. That's really changes the game on how I see men and women's sports.
White man all the way at the bottom with his 0 victim points. Even he can easily rocket all the way to the top just by coming out as trans. A black man who has done a lot of work to become fat and gay and everything else, who has secured a position in 4 or 5 other categories, will still have to bow before the white man as the top victim if he, the white man, simply identifies as a woman. Now, let's say the black man comes out as a woman. Well, then he, once again, is going to be above the white man in the trans tier. Although trans is at the top, that category is itself subdivided depending on the race, weight, disability status, etc., of any individual trans person.
This also helps explain why you look at the Biden administration priding themselves on diversity, and they have all these diversity hires. Sam Britton, the nuclear luggage thief, Rachel Levine, Space Force Admiral, whatever. And you ask yourselves, well, these diversity hires, aren't they just white men? That's the bottom of the pyramid. That is not diversity. They are not victimized by anyone. We're looking for diverse victimization here. You realize, oh, no, these white men, they're T's. Therefore, of course, we get so much social credit score added to our balance sheet for hiring these white men that say they're women.
This does get confusing, though, because the trans victim subdivisions follow the same logic as the overall victim pyramid, except that trans women who are actually male slide in above trans men who are actually female.
I like that.
The broader pyramid, being female buys you points, right? But once you make it into the top echelon, the trans tier, being female makes you male, which subtracts your points. So a black woman who comes out as trans will now be below a black man who comes out as trans, as the sexes have switched.
Keep in mind, he is being strictly logical here. This is all based on truth. It's like zooming into the truth of this leftist fabric that's attempting to cover society. I mean, this seems comical, and it is, because the number one comedic principle is the truth principle. So this is nothing but logic in portraying what's actually there. That's what makes it both funny while being true.
This means is that if you want to build the uber ultimate unbeatable victim, the emperor of the whole victim pyramid, you need to start with a black man. That's going to be the best canvas upon which you can paint the ultimate victim. With that building block, you can assemble a victim who is more victimized than any other victim. So if you are therefore a straight black man of average weight and physical capability, you may only have a few victim points, but if you dream big enough and put in the work, you could be the greatest victim of all. Remember, I didn't make these rules. I'm only here to tell you what they are. And well, there they are.
That is brilliant. Hats off to Matt Walsh on this victim hierarchy pyramid. This really does portray how a lot of people are living their lives, seeing themselves and seeing the world around them It is through a lens of being a victim. Wise man once told me you can't be a victim and a master at the same time. If you want to be a master or a king or a queen of your world, you can't do that while you're also playing the role of a victim. You also can't get out of a jail you don't know you're in. That's one of the reasons why I think this video of Matt Walsh's is so brilliant, because it masterfully illustrates the jail that a lot of people put themselves in. So at least you know you're in there, and if you know you're in there, then you have a chance of getting out. But if you're in there just thinking this is empowering, but then you realize, oh no, I've built myself a jail of disempowerment by playing the role of a victim, now you have a chance to get out, but the choice is yours. I know you're probably not doing this, but we're talking about the world around us. Here we are just raising our awareness and having a good laugh at what's actually going on instead of just laying around being terrified that this is actually going on. So again, hats off to Matt Walsh. If you don't follow him, I think he's one of my favorite follows on the internets. He's a brilliant dude doing God's work, telling the truth like nobody else is, wearing a beard like nobody else wears it. With that said, my freedom-loving friend, let me know what you thought of this victim hierarchy pyramid in the comments below. If you have anything to add to it, make sure to insert that in the comments. And I appreciate you watching. I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video.